Anyway, let's begin with Rescue at Raxis.
I am all prepared. Bring it on.
Unfortunately, I'm
Well,
out of cans, so I cannot join in here.
I've only got bottles.
Oh, and now Rain's gonna go get a can. Yeah.
it's Vorpal time. Bring
Can
it
you
on.
get my can too? It's a coffee.
I'm only joking about that.
Oh,
That would be very dangerous, considering the amount of crits I've managed to get on the monsters.
true.
So, what happened last time? There might be an inspiration in it if someone can recount the tale.
After glaring up at the
You know this one.
mountainside of all the many hands and questioning how in the fuck are we gonna get up there, we shrugged our shoulders. After all, it was looking to be a huge monumental pain in the ass after wrestling an arm down. Taking a look around, the party discovered a camp, in which case then would begin the fun.
So we
With
sent in
Lopes
the
roaring,
rogue.
Siegfried descended into the bush and then got stabbed by everything hiding in there, which provoked a wonderful frolly of plants, carnage, and a zombie spitting pod.
It was
Still,
glorious.
everything went down, including the cleric, but we all managed to survive and clear out the infestation before heading back, where we met up with a little dwarf who wanted to know what the hell was going on. So we basically spilled all the information to him and probably sent him home a shaking, worried peasant. That about right?
Yep, you can get inspiration for yourself. And of course, there was the discovery of forbidden knowledge that is now in the hands of a wizard. The correct place for that sort of thing. There is no way anything can go wrong there.
It's in the hands of 2 wizards.
No, there's only one
I
wizard.
even have the staff to accompany it.
Yep, it's only one wizard. Droop's not there.
You forgot the most important part. The part where the rogue decided to abandon the cleric after she went to go help him.
Yes, that was quite wonderful. It was also him stepping on the most precise, perfect point he could have out of all of that area.
Mm-hmm.
That was wonderful. Anyway, we start now with a little bit of a rewind because you guys get your options of what to do in the morning. Johann and his wagon is still there. Droop and Puffleworth still there. You are just outside the Tinderwood Forest. Because you were going to do something. After reading the book and learning forbidden knowledge.
Yeah, I think Rain will take a look at the ball again.
Yes, because we wanted to make sure that it didn't do something stupid.
Alright. Anyone else going with them?
Well, I'm going because I'm probably the one with the most arcane knowledge.
I'm going to follow along just in case something goes horribly horrible.
It's a good chance of
Who am I
that.
kidding? It's going to go.
Despite showing no interest in it, I do have a lot of arcane knowledge. But mostly I'll be coming along to make sure things don't go horribly, horribly wrong.
Yes, I think we can say, but I think we can say between Cornelius and Castalia, one of them has more knowledge of dark powers. One of them has enough knowledge to know he doesn't want to know the rest. How about Siggy?
He's going to stay behind and start making up some document.
As the
yeah.
As the party head into the woods, you do hear a little clatter and a little slosh as Johann peeks out of the wagon with his own little bottle of something. Looks like an amber fluid. It's a good way to get rid of the chills. As he's offering it to Siegfried.
No, it's fine. I've got some stuff to take care of.
Yeah, alright, alright. I'll work up some brekkie and be with you in a bit. As for the rest of you, it's, again, an annoying way to go through, even though everything that's caught on you has snapped and broken, but there just seems to be more annoying, pointy undergrowth. It's very reminiscent of being surrounded by twig blights. But as you break into the scorched crater that was the original entry point you guys came through, there is the hill. You climb up it. There are still the mounds of bone. A few small bits and pieces are missing, but there's also some errant feathers. And you see what was Vapire. You see the skeletal remains of the necromancer. Beneath him, the bone orb.
Well, how do we get it out?
Now, you do remember a few of you did push it uphill and found it was surprisingly light. It did not seem as dense as it looked.
I suggest we push it.
All right, let's get on down there.
In which direction? What exactly is it you wish to do with this?
Let's just get it out onto flat ground where it's not going to go rolling around somewhere. And then we can take a look and see how it will work.
Right.
So, how are you getting it downhill?
Well, it's in the pyre, so we just have to push it up. We don't have to roll it all the way downhill.
You did the pyre here, though, on the hill.
Yeah.
I thought there was the flat part on top of the hill, too.
There is, but that's what I'm saying. You've got to get it downhill.
Oh. Well, who's the stronger one that wants to be in front to make sure that it doesn't slide?
Only Castalia. This is a party with very weedy arms.
Yep, I'm the only one with heavy strength because of the gauntlets.
I mean, it's not like it's going to be rolling.
Yeah, it's
like
not
going to
heavy.
be rolling. It's not like it's going to be rolling anywhere in particular.
But for controllability, it's important to have someone with a bit of strength.
I mean, if we just push it here and then it just then rolls down, we're gonna hit some trees and it's going to stop right here.
Mm-hmm. No way would it ever crack.
That's going to make it easier to move, and we might not have it to worry about it anymore if it's cracked. That's basically what we're trying to accomplish here.
Well, you do remember how inside there, potentially, if a ritual was done correctly, is just a flowing mass of negative energy. Something that destroys life on contact. Could be bad to have it leak out.
Yes.
Just, putting that out there.
Okay. Well, here's an idea. Maybe. Does anyone bring any rope?
I've got an idea. Can we roll it up onto one of your little platform discs?
Just gonna point out, tonight, this is the first morning you don't want to make an omelet.
What?
Well, you'd have to break a few eggs.
That might work best, is if we can get it up onto that, and then just hold it as we move it to flat ground.
True. Yeah, because you just do a ritual and then we could do that.
Yeah.
Yep. Tensor's floating disc. A mystical disc of silvery kind of presence. Just rises out of the ground. It's easy enough to sort of heft it up. Again, there's a weird thing that it's definitely not as heavy as it looks. Still got some weight to it. And again, it's pretty big and smooth, so it's still tough to get a grip of it and move it around, but you get it on the disc and it's just someone puts a hand on it and it's easy enough to cart away. Doesn't take long at all to get back to the wagon either. Johann and Droop dealing with their horses. So, Siegfried, while they were busy, what were you scrolling up? Siegfried? So, the wagons begin their movement.
Sorry, I think I missed something here.
Yeah, I was calling on you. What were you scrolling up while they were busy with this?
I'm making up identifying documents for Bob Smith.
If you're having another go at a false identity.
Yeah, I'm doing Bob Smith, John Doe, and
Alan
who
Smithy.
the fuck are we? I figure I'll give 3 of them a go just to see if I
Yeah.
get one right.
Bob Smith, John Doe, Alan Smithy. There you go. Let's see. I suppose it would be intelligence for your forger's kit. Because for one thing, you're trying to work out where are these people coming from, what are these papers identifying them from the region of, and you got to make sure the story is obvious. Because it's not as if you're copying any other existing identification papers right now, apart from your own false ones if you want to.
No, I'll just keep go from completely new.
Yeah, so I'll say it's intelligence roll with your proficiency bonus. So, yeah. Do you have proficiency there?
Yep.
Okay, so that's a 7, so Bob Smith is more like Bob Smith. It's a little amateurish. It probably wouldn't have
Not a good
got
start.
it probably wouldn't have got you a drink when you were 12. Oh, give me another one. This one, I mean, there could be a person. John Doe, if you're realizing that you've spelled Doe incorrectly with 2 O's. But, I mean, it's just John Doe. That's fine. That's okay. As you're gazing down it seems to be... Pretty much everything else seems to be okay, and you've learned some of the issues that you had with the first one. Some of them are solved, and it's looking okay, so long as the person does not have a good, extensive knowledge of reading or any kind of official form on hand. This one definitely has the impression that this is gonna stump people. It's not gonna be a permanent identity, but you figure this could get you a month or two and no one will really bat an eye at it. So your best performance is Alan Smithy.
Yeah, that sounds about right for me.
You just avoid... It's quite an accomplishment, you just avoid signing your name to it. But yeah, as it is, it just looks like a simple travel form. It's probably something you saw on Sildar's desk at one point in Fendelver. Now and again, you shared a drink with him or two in the pub.
Yep. With the rest of my time, I'm just going to give the wagon a bit of a clean.
Yep. And there still is that grey patch of distorted wood. But everything else seems okay, even with it just being mostly in Droop's care recently. It seems to be in good condition. The shell is nice and bright, glimmering in the sun. That huge, shiny, incredibly blatantly obvious flail snail shell that is taking up most of the floor space. It's still there. And the rest of the party rejoin. Oh, we lost webgun.
I'm here.
No. Roll 20 says you aren't.
Oh, so stupid.
Yeah, give it a refresh. So yes, you're once again united, and there is this disc with the bone orb. Easy enough to just raise it up and deposit it in the wagon. Although now you've got the big chest, you've got a big stack of rations, you've got the flail snail shell, you've got the bone orb, and you've got a sort of other stuff. Basically, you're not sitting on the floor of a wagon anymore, any of you. Also, there's the issue that you've got an orb made of bone. Johan was looking at it quite a bit. Did not say anything, but he was watching as you carried this into the wagon.
Yes, trust us, it's better that we take this with us than just leave it behind, let us just say that.
He's not sure. But he knows he doesn't want to get involved in it. Well, let's get on back to the camps then, right? Only take us about half a day.
Yes, that must be all.
Yeah. He turns around and he sets off before you guys are even ready. He's not like going at breakneck speed or anything, but yeah, he definitely wanted to leave now. Any words before you set off?
Well, once we followed in, I guess the road goes to actually going to the city.
Has the book given you any idea of how to actually destroy this?
Not
That's
as
what
yet.
I'm gonna look over.
The book was very focused on the creation of it, and it's also clear the notes are still unfinished.
If we can get to a proper library, I think it'll be much easier for us to figure out a solution.
Well, that and a bit of reverse engineering.
There are some stuff in here that I'm going to need to reference to in order for me to fully understand.
Unfortunately, I can help out a little bit on some of this.
Also, while reviewing the notes, give me an intelligence check, Rena.
Okay. I'm not very bright today.
Not today. You're not a great morning person, but you do get an itch at the back of your head. Whenever you were flipping through, you did see the notes on restoring undeath, the corruption of a cure wound spell, and a little bit of it looks slightly familiar, but it's a real itch at the back of the noggin. You're not sure, is it just sort of clicking with your clerical training? But you're not sure.
Mm-hmm.
And you all set off. It's quite nice. You pass by the hill with Ermom's tomb upon it, reminding you that you have a piece of cloth that will summon a ferocious, dwarf-hungry dragon. At any time, anywhere. This is a great thing to have in your pocket.
Yep.
Thankfully, it's sealed in a dimensional pocket.
For how long?
You also pass and wind through the same sort of route you took. It's a little different because you're following Johan. And he seemed to take a quicker route, actually. Just luck of a draw, really. And in a few hours, I mean, there's a bit of wildlife to be seen. You don't see that weird human shadow flitting past. There's no signs of any sort of stragglers about. And you get back to the camps, which seem a bit bigger. Not by much, though. Maybe about 10 or so more people to them. A couple more wagons on each. Not as much hustle and bustle. The two military camps are still much the same. Still looking very sturdy. A lot of patrolling back and forth. Men on horses. Men in full armor. Some in shabbier stuff, but they look like proper mercenaries. Quite a few banners being fluttered. And further on from them to the east is the main road, and in the distance the great gates of Raxis City.
Well, unless people are wanting to go inside the camp too, see if there's anything they wish to look at, I suggest we move on.
I'd be alright with moving on.
Finally.
Alright. Johan did give a little bit of a goodbye as he headed back to the circles. You drive on past. There was the party square, which all seem to be nursing gigantic hangovers. There are the ones who chased out Droop and Zarzul, quite wisely in fact. There's not much of a glance given to your passing, though, and you rejoin the dirt track. Sorry about that. You rejoin the dirt path, the great carved-out road, many lanes wide for wagons. And In 2 drizzle-filled hours, you come to a halt. The rain grows heavy. You're still in the middle of a road, and you're bogged down. The wheels of the cart are stuck in the thick mud. The rain is continuing to increase, just coming down in great thick sheets now. The weather is bitter. It's a surprise it's not hails just yet. And as you look around, you are alone on this piece as visibility starts to drop. The rain just thickening in. It's still some semblance of light. There's still sunny day. And then it's gone for a moment behind cloud. And then darkening again. What do you guys do?
Well, I spread out some dancing lights just to get a little more light around in the area, get a little bit more visibility.
Is there any forms of shelter around that we might be able to get to?
From where you were, from what you could see before, visibility just cut down to the road. There's nothing on this road right now. It's a little bit decorative. There's some simple trees, like, equidistant apart, in some sort of pattern. But there's no buildings, no shelters, no shanties or anything.
I jump off the wagon, start inspecting the wheels. Not really with any ideas, just, do something.
Yeah. He's just getting down and just putting the thumb on his chin and just going, Yes, that's not going.
Basically, yeah.
And the hat is getting hammered onto your skull right now. It's hard to even hear yourself think from just it smacking loudly.
This moment I'm already missing being able to stroke my beard in thought. Just a smooth chin now. Well, we're not exactly gonna get moving with this. Any bright ideas?
We're gonna have to dig the wheels out and get a path up.
With what? Did you bring a shovel?
No. Do you
Oh,
have
damn.
a better idea?
I can push the cart.
Alright, who's got a passive perception higher than 15?
Higher than?
Higher than. It's gotta be 16 or above.
I'm pretty certain no one.
Oh, I'm at 17.
There we go.
Oh, really?
It's usually the cleric, yeah, because it runs on wisdom.
Yeah.
After a few little back and forth with Cornelius and his being incredibly helpful with labor, you hear to the north, which would be on your left, you hear something large, something heavy smack down on the grass about 50 feet away.
Oh shit.
You
Wow.
can't see that distance. It is just sheeting down.
I point in the general direction and say something big just happened over there.
Well, that's wonderful. And I extinguish the lights.
A second
How
one.
much can you?
Hmm?
Okay, how much can your disc hold, Cornelius?
Hmm?
How much can your that floating disc thingy lift?
Not enough to lift the wagon, if that's what you're thinking.
Even if it would take some weight off it, is it worth it?
Yes,
to
no,
help
it's
get-
not.
get
It's
moving?
not.
Yeah.
It can hold about the weight of 1 or 2 persons. Of medium size.
Oh dear.
It can just hold the shell.
A few more moments pass, and you hear a second impact sound. You also realize now that you were listening out, you could hear the beat of wings. Very large.
Oh hell.
This one is a bit more... It's a little bit behind you guys. Like, it's still on the side of a road. Like, the way you're able to picture it, it would be behind the other thing you heard land. So it's still not beside you or anything.
Well, if we were gonna... Stallion, if you want to start pushing, now would be a good time.
I just
I'm gonna help push.
Push.
And in a desperate sense, I'm also gonna help push.
Siegfried's getting out as well.
Alright. Give me athletic checks from the lot of you.
Oh, I'm staying not in the pushing.
Okay. The elf
probably-
is sitting it out.
Well, someone is also probably going to have to tell the horses to go, ja.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I should help with Droop.
Please. Oh, thanks, sir.
It takes a bit of shoving. There's a fair bit of pushing involved. It's getting awful as you're starting to push down. The feet are sinking through the surface. Shins are getting covered. Knees are getting pressed and caked in grime. There's a brief moment where one of you look as if you're about to fall face first into it, but never catches. And you just start to push, shove, and gradually the cart starts to lift a bit and move out of the ruts. But you also realize you've all sort of buried yourself partially. It'll take a bit of pushing and shoving, but eventually you can get yourselves out, but... Well, I say this. Zarzul, you are nearly gone. You... Lighter than you are, you were still pushing a hell of a lot, and the ground was just giving out and swallowing you. Plus, you were having to push at the wheel, so you were even able to go further down. You're about chest high in the mud.
Oh dear.
The rest of you about shins. Castelia just walks out. Just has no problem whatsoever.
What sort of roll do I have to make to try and...
You're able to wiggle out in time. It's only if there was a important time pressure here thing, you know. In case something horribly dramatic happened that was dangerous and filled with violence. But that's not happening right now. So, you're able to wiggle free. Maybe someone helps you out even.
I'll help the other people out.
Yeah. Because you're finding Castelia is sinking as well. She is getting bogged down, but the mud cannot get any purchase on her. And yeah, you guys are starting to trundle a little bit. It is heavy rain, though. It is unpleasantly heavy. It is just smashing down upon you. It is turning this whole road, which was once just bare dirt compacted, into a mire.
No dear.
So you're all hopping up into the wagon, yeah?
If we do that, we won't be able to all fit.
That's just,
Also,
I'm a
probably
horse.
sink again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the...
Very eager to get horse out of the rain.
Yeah, horse is managing to stop itself from getting bogged down just by keeping moving.
Yeah, I'm guessing Cornelius is for once going to actually have the jog next to the wagon.
And Rain is continuing to be very, very helpful by driving it with Pufflesworth.
Alright. If you've got acrobatics, you can roll that. If you've got athletics, or if you don't have athletics, that's what you're rolling.
Well, I have acrobatics. I actually have 1 point. It did not help.
And the rest of you who are running outside the wagon. Ooh, it's a bad time for rolls today.
I guess Castalia's on a horse, so she doesn't have to.
No, she's still having the issue of... Remember, while she's not getting caught by the stickiness of it, it's still opening up around her. So it's still hard to find your feet and keep your balance. But she's able to just power through it. Just these two great big trenches behind her. She just drags her feet ahead. And yes, this includes Zarzul. Meanwhile, Wolfgang's looking down at you from the back of a wagon.
He knows what's best.
What is best in life? Not being out there. So yeah, need acrobatics if you've got it, or athletics. Zarzul. Yeah, you're able to just sort of make use of your light frame and just sort of skip and bounce and quickly scatter along. Rain, I assume you're listening out.
Yep, I'm keeping an eye out as much as I can.
I'm going to need a perception check, because now you've got the sounds of your compatriots slogging and slapping through the mud. You hear another few of those flumps. It seems like the same ones, because you're not hearing like additional, you're not hearing out of sync and all. They seem to be keeping up with you, but getting slightly ahead.
Uh-oh.
But they're still on the side of a road, not the center. And the rain is getting even harder. Visibility is down to about 20 feet now. It's just thick sheets of water smashing down on you guys.
Because that's exactly what I wanted to do.
It's almost as if the world does not want you to get to Raxis.
That I can believe.
So what are you guys doing? You continuing to push through?
That doesn't sound like there's much of a choice.
You've got options. You're some sort of magic man. You've got a tiny dragon with you. And a
I
devil.
seem to recall having a tiny dragon with me.
Kobold.
Kobold.
Ah,
You could make it into a larger kobold to see if that'll help.
I do have a large, that is true. But I'm not sure how it's going to help in this case.
At this point, I'll point out whatever it is stalking us. There's two of them.
Something I must try sometime is enlarging a horse. How fast is that cart going to get pulled now?
Only for like 10 minutes.
I mean, 10 minutes can be a lot of distance.
Like, is it 10 minutes or 1 minute? No, no, 1 minute.
Still good for a burst. Anyway, you guys going to keep on trudging on?
I am for the moment, but I'm going to say they are getting a little bit ahead of us. If they keep going too far ahead, we might want to stop.
Alright. I'll probably just be boring. I cannot hear a goddamn thing over the rain.
Alright, once again, you creep forward. It is getting hard to keep it going. The horses are definitely doing a lot of movements, but dragging the cart is taking a lot out of them. And you get another bit of distance, another few minutes, and you hear the flumps, and they are, again, making more ground on you guys. They're getting ahead.
They're getting ahead.
We don't even know what they are.
Nope.
Yeah. So how far ahead? Are they a fair bit ahead, or just...
The last time they were about 20 or 30 feet from your side, basically. Well, you know what I mean. Like, you knew they were sort of parallel with you on the first time. Now it feels like they're 20 feet ahead of that, and now it feels like they're about 60 or so. They've gotten some good distance on you.
In that case, I'm going to lean back and go, hey guys, maybe we should pause. I think they're going past us.
And no one can hear you.
If I don't get a response, then I'll whisper Cornelia.
Well, I still have to catch up, so it'll probably be something like, "Why are we holding up?"
Yeah, just the front of his outfit is caked in mud right now. You're getting into your sleeves. So you guys
Yeah,
stop?
basically,
Yeah.
As you wait there, a few minutes pass, a few more. You hear the flumps getting up in the distance, and then the rain starts to lighten up. It starts to peel away, and as visibility returns, you realize there is 3 or 4 wagons to your right that were coming the other way, and they are completely bogged down in the mud. And as you look behind, you can see that there's a further wagon, like a fair bit of distance away. It's almost horizon sort of pinprick thing. Also bogged down. The whole road is just destroyed into mud. It is just a ruin. Several of the trees have been smashed, and the ground is just utterly flooded. And as you look ahead, you can see that the rain and the cloud is coming from is moving
Oh.
along the road.
Oh. Oh. Whatever
Can I
it
do
is doing that.
can I do some sort of check to guess what it is?
You can. Give me an arcane.
I can assist.
I can assist as well.
Zarzul is also fully aware this does not feel natural. Because nature doesn't do shit to him. Well, with assistance of 17, depending on who you listen to. Did you trust the devil or the tiefling?
Well, I'm guessing at this point I probably have more of a repertoire with Ren about the arcane arts, so probably her.
This seems like druidic shit. This seems like a direct manipulation of nature. It's a spell type you're unaccustomed to. Like, it is not as simple as Sleet Storm. This is higher level. This is worrying. This is not something a regular caster should be flinging around.
Druidic magic. I'm guessing this is probably related to the wild elf we made. What are we gonna do now?
Try not to piss whatever that is off.
I think it's already pissed off.
Try to make it not pissed off at us.
At this point, this would just be adding another name to a list we apparently have had for a while.
True.
It's magic, though, isn't
It is.
it? So couldn't we dispel it?
We could probably, well, correction, we might be able to dispel the spell, but we wouldn't dispel whatever's with it, and there's 2 big things with it.
But wouldn't getting rid of it make dealing with those 2 things easier?
It might or might not.
I'd still rather dispel it.
However, I think the reason, if what you said you heard something was moving, something big was moving, I'm guessing whoever could do this magic was probably writing said big thing. And I think dispelling it might make them more hostile for whatever nuisance they've created.
Exactly. That's what I'm more worried about.
But it's also bogging down the other people.
True, but it's not directly killing them.
I just imagine you look in their eyes and you see behind both wizards' expressions. So?
I'm more concerned we're not going to be able to help anybody if we're dead.
Imagine this. Imagine I made you invisible. You're sneaking through the enemy, and suddenly they make you visible because they might have an idea you might be there. Wouldn't you suddenly become a lot more hostile to them?
Hostile towards the enemies I was surrounded by. Yes, because I'd feel threatened.
Exactly.
There you go.
That would happen if we suddenly dispelled this rain that were probably being carried, as we can see, by something else. Following
And
them.
what if its target is the peasants?
I would have thought that it would have done something to the wagons that are behind us already.
Hmm.
In any case, we're probably not going to be able to move the wagon much further today.
No, we'll probably just have to take it off to the side and then.
If only you had some kind of magical abilities.
Yeah, sorry, dry road is not in my repertoire.
What kind of wizard
I
are you?
I don't think I have enough flaming hands to dry out the entire road to Raxis.
Ditto.
Oops, wrong button.
Castalia just yells very loudly. But she
Yeah.
also makes the lid of the trunk flap open and closed.
Yeah, I don't have any magic that could fix the entire road.
Well, maybe you don't have to fix the road. As you're standing, it is just churned up mud. You can see all the path you made. And then, on your sides, there's the grasslands, there's the trees, some of them busted and broken.
Does it look like we might be able to travel over the grasslands easier than the road?
The ground is definitely held together better. As a ranger, you'd be aware of this, yeah. It would still be boggy goings, but it wouldn't be as deep as this. There'd be more sort of tension held together by the grass roots. It would help carry you a bit.
Shall we give that a go, guys?
Well,
Worth a shot.
instead of starting chopping trees and putting in logs in front of the wagon, and I was fine just going on a slightly more bumpier road to be the more preferable.
It takes a lot of pushing, shoving, swearing, most of it from a kobold. Although, he also finds he's not sinking as much. He's able to plant his feet in better places. He's not getting bogged down as much. Although he doesn't have much strength to share. But as a team, by which I mean one of you sitting driving and the rest of you all pushing, you're able to get onto the side. And it's a little firmer. You're still sinking a bit, but where you were losing many inches on the wheels, now you're just sinking a little bit onto a divot. This is far easier going. In fact, several other wagons have watched you guys and had the same sort of idea. And so you set off for Raxis?
Yep.
You pursue the cloud?
I guess so.
At a very long distance.
As you're rolling along, you do pick up on, it's a surprise no one pointed out, the tracks of the things that landed by the trees on the side of a road. Who wants to give me a good old nature check?
Sounds like my sort of thing.
There's a reason I was already rolling.
Oh, I'm so
you
happy
know-
with that.
You know, why the fuck not? I might as well join
It's
the
a
fun.
cow. It
Hey, look at that! I know more than the owner.
Zarzul, you're pretty sure these tracks were left by a living creature. That's about as good as you can work out. It's definitely big. It's not huge, but it's large. And the paw prints are a bit weird, and there's claws. It looks like it could be from a dangerous animal. Not undead. So you got that going for you. Not a human, not a humanoid.
Maybe a deer.
Castalia, it clicks with you because it wasn't too long ago since you saw these things. This looks like the paw imprint of a manticore.
Ow.
Those winged beasts with the humanoid faces and the spiked tails.
I turn to look at the others and go, yep, it's those elves we fought again. They're bringing in the manticores.
Oh, goody.
We really should do something about it. Because this is directly our fault, and this is a good time to get rid of it.
I don't think this was our fault. We didn't do
Yeah.
anything.
I'm not seeing how them attacking us in the forest while we were camping is our fault that they are now attacking.
Well, you
the
shouldn't have
base.
been in the forest. You should have been camping on the road. What's wrong with you people? Nature is not your campsite.
Yes, it
Hey,
is.
me and nature don't get along that well.
Exactly how many of them did we remove from the scenario?
Not as many as the other guy.
And wouldn't that not cause the others to retaliate as if provoked?
No, you don't get to send somebody to attack somebody and then sit there and say, it's your fault that we're retaliating because we attacked you. That's not how this works.
Cornelia, Scotch, as someone who knows about both world wars and various other conflicts, would you say that's accurate?
That would basically be like how the Germans invaded Poland. Yes.
Also
Oh,
reminds...
but there was someone who opened fire on us. That justifies invading the entire fucking country.
Or it's like the sorest loser in 5 Element Ninjas. The dude who showed up as the ringer got killed and decided to send a band of ninja to kill everyone around him. And back to scene.
But considering how we probably going to have to go down this road, and if this is a often occurrence, then yes, it will probably be in our interest to deal.
Just what I want. Let's go deal with this.
How?
Well, we
Yes.
can dispel the storm and then, you know.
Murder!
Likewise, we could send someone to get the guards to come assist. I don't know if they'll get here in time.
I'm not sure the guards are in the capacity to pursue a cloud.
Of Manticore.
We will dispel the cloud. And it is in their best duty to protect the people of Raxis, because that is their job.
Well, in any case, we know at least what we're trying to deal with now. Unlike before when we didn't know what was in the cloud. We know how to deal with manticores at the very least. I just hope that was the only thing hiding in the clouds.
There were
Well,
at
they-
least 2.
Well, there's probably the one who casted the cloud and probably a retinue.
Well, in any case, we should move forward and see if we can see what the clouds are leading. Probably give us an idea where their encampment is.
Right.
And so you're trying along, so you're not trying to catch up, or are you trying to race it? Like, are you trying to keep a reasonable distance, or are you trying to get up closer to it?
Considering the horses are probably quite exhausted from dragging through the mud previously, probably just at a decent pace as possible. That we're going to catch up with flying creatures anyway.
Well, as everyone else is just confused, shaking things off, and trying desperately to not catch pneumonia.
Well, in my case, just press deditate all the.
Yeah, Droop's doing his work as well.
Mm-hmm.
He does it on Castalia a few times before remembering. Oh, right. Always drippy.
Yes.
But yes, as you set off. It is a little slower going, but it is far more pleasant now. And hey, it's easier to get into a wagon, although it's the question of do you risk the weight or not. And there's still that occasional moment when you slap down your foot and it just gets into full water before touching soil. Zarzul is practically skipping along. He's not having any problem at all. Big, wide feet just perfectly suited for this kind of terrain. And as you're now sort of more at a marching pace, the cloud is getting away slowly. It's a gradual thing that just continues to sweep itself along the road. It feels like a mile and a half. It's just more trudgery. It's soaked, and as you're seeing people emerge out of the thick rain, including a full company of horse-borne knights. They are up to their waists in filth and mud. They are struggling. Handfuls of squires are trying to pull their masters out. A few militiamen are being yelled at to come over and help people up with their spears. Just horribly bogged down. A few yells at you lot as well, incidentally, while you're passing.
Are they yelling specifically for the boss to help?
Yeah. Give us a hand, you lot. Attenuated by the metal helmet. These ones being blues.
Alright. You wanna help them out?
Yes, because we'll need their help.
There's about 8 of these guys. Horses are partially buried. They are sinking steadily. Well, correction, they've sunk steadily. They are now it's up to their waists or even deeper in. So how are you helping these gents?
I wager some rope will be helpful.
I walk up and ask, how may we be of assistance?
The knight looks at you for a moment. He takes off his visor for a second. You can see that he's sort of a scarred-faced human. Bit darker complexion, bit of a beard. I was wondering if you could polish my boots. Would you get us out of here?
I was more referring how may we best assist you in getting you up. Pull a rope between the behind our wagon and pull something, or
Oh, a rope past the shoulders. Sure, yeah. Give me something to grab onto and pull me out.
and I kind of just does a flourish for someone to cover the rope.
So you walk up, ask him this, and then you turn around and signal
Yes.
while watching.
Well, I didn't bring a rope.
I thought you were the smart almighty wizard.
True.
I'm showing hierarchy here.
Showing he's the one in charge of the hierarchy.
Yeah.
Droop runs out with a bundle of rope. It's glowing slightly. He tosses it to the knight, who looks at the creature that has just splattered him with mud, along with most of Cornelius' side, because he's just running at full pace. And then he starts to pull on the rope.
I check what the other end of the rope's tied.
Oh, it's just him pulling. That's why he's
Somebody
just
better-
going deeper into the mud, and the knight's not moving.
Is someone else going to help?
I'll
You're there,
help.
Cornelius.
Are you asking how? Castalia, were you asking
No,
how?
I'm saying I'd help.
Okay, I thought you said how. Like you tried to
No,
walk
I
in
mean,
saying
you have
earlier.
the ropes. I mean,
Yep.
heck, if I had
Yeah.
more strength, I'd just lift the horses out of the wall. Out of the mud.
Yep, Castalia, give me an athletics roll, and because Droop is helping you, it's a straight roll.
Okay. Well, I already used too much money, so. Oh, hey, look at that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a slog, and there are times when Droop's feet leave the ground. There's other times when he's just not even holding the rope correctly. And you just pull, and the knight emerges pretty much under all your strength. A few of the squires have managed to help out a few others, and generally it's going to take a while to get everyone out of it, but progress is being made. And his noble attire is just completely caked in mud. So is the entire front of Droop, most of his back, and one side. Somehow his left arm is clean.
Well, that just cannot do. Could you assist this man in looking proper?
Oh, yes, yes. He splorts across. Big splashes of mud everywhere. He's kind of happy, as mud encrusts on his teeth. And a quick prestidigitation, and another, slowly gets the knight back in his resplendent look. Oh, that's better there, yeah. Thank you. I'm sorry for being a bit curt with you.
Oh, it's completely understandable. Quite a situation to be in.
No, I should be clear. We're very thankful, yeah. It's good. Thanks for that. I suppose I should ask you lot alright as well?
Well, except for some muddier tires, a bit delayed in our travels, then otherwise none worse for the wear.
Yeah, this is something ridiculous, this is. Do you see anything about how this started?
Well, not exactly, but we do believe we have an idea of what might have caused it. As two of my lovely assistants here might believe that some of the wild elves might be have a hand in this.
I'm currently glaring.
Droop is grinning. Because he, like Rain, is a lovely assistant today. You are the same rank. Wildens, eh? Not done anything like this before. Right, yeah, okay, shit. Well, be careful on your way to the city. We've got to regroup. And we'll see what we can do for you.
Right, well then.
Yep. Take care of all of you, and forget thanks for your assistance. And they all quite sheepishly drag their horses and aids off to the right side of the road, a few to the left, and they just try to find better footing. But then there's that awkward moment when the captain realizes he's on the same side of the road as you guys and going in the same direction. As he gives a very sheepish glance back and slowly puts his helmet down. But since it's only men on single horses, they do get off with a bit of a faster clop to them. And as you guys are getting back into the wagon, setting off again, they disappear into the cloud. Well, into the sheets of rain, I should say. And again, a burst of speed, or a nice steady pace.
I suggest steady pace.
But do the others agree?
Yeah, I'm guessing steady pace.
And so,
As we can see, they don't seem like if they didn't assault the knights while they were bogged down, now they're probably not going to be attacking them when they're not going to be knee deep.
Another half mile or so. More sludging, trudging progress. You can see clearly the hoof prints of a knight's horses, just bashing into the ground. Great splayed impacts. Then up ahead, you see the horse that made them. Most of it. You can see there's great thick spikes lodged along its flanks. You also see the knight that looked back at you guys. Still smoking. Armor glowing with heat.
That's a manticore.
Then, as more distance is crossed, as the rain cloud pulls back, you see the rest of the men. Spikes lodged in them. Great cleft gouges in their armor. Again, another that's just sizzling in the flooded lands.
So,
Are there any
Cover any what?
survivors? All dead.
All dead.
so big suggestion. Let's not screw with the rain cloud.
Why would they attack them while they were moving and not while they were bogged down and need to attack?
Could have been that originally these guys didn't know what that was until they talked to us.
The rain cloud continues to move forward. And the road is just getting utterly destroyed and lost in a mire. Again, you're seeing more. There's been a few more groups of knights bogged down. A few of them have been too proud to even look at you guys. And once they see the bodies as well, now and again, they are very quick to start pulling themselves out as quick as they can. A few more trade wagons as well. And everyone's just trying to get themselves to the sides and out of the mud. So what are you guys up to?
Glaring
At who? At what?
the party.
Hey, to be fair, the only one who died so far was the one we actually warned about it.
And did it ever occur to you to think where the cloud might be headed?
We know where it's headed.
And do you plan to do any business there?
Yes.
Then wouldn't it be prudent to take care of it before it got there?
But you see he's going to corner the market on umbrellas and parasols.
Well, I'm more concerned, are we going to be able to take care of it?
Well, now, had we gone with the knights who are now disposed of, perhaps. But seeing as how that's no longer an option, well, we can only hope they manage to thin a few numbers.
You did have the options to come with your own suggestions of following them.
I had forgotten what group I'm with.
You still had the option to voice your opinion. You did not argument against following with them. I suggested that we kept the pace because since they didn't attack them while they were bogged down, I figured there would be no reason for them to attack.
Well, at least we've learned.
That we did.
Did they, though? Did they really learn?
No. But you know, it's not worth trying. But let's just go take care of the cloud already. About how far away is the cloud?
From the steady pace you guys have been making, it's about... Trying to break this down in the right sort of units. It's probably about
But can
three-quarters
you
of a
even-
mile.
Can you even dispel the cloud?
Not from that distance.
No, but you can do it. That's what I'm asking.
Yes.
It has been steadily getting ahead of you.
I urge my horse forward at a quickened pace.
Alrighty. What about the rest of you guys?
Well, guess we're gonna have to follow up.
Yep.
Alright, so you all hop in the wagon. I'm gonna need 2 con checks plus 2. So, whoever wants to be one of the horses that are pulling the wagon, it's con plus 2, so d20 plus 2. Because the horses are going to have to push themselves when they've already gone through quite a bit. Castalia's single horse is alright, it's not pulling a shell behind it. That's alright, they're able to muster up enough reserves, and as you give them a quick jostle with the reins, they are setting off trying to keep up with the first one. It's a fair bit of a chase. It's a bit weird to chase a cloud. Like, it's not something you can see that's ambling along. It's very gradual, blink and you miss it kind of movement sort of thing, and then you manage to make it. It takes about going 5 or 10 minutes flat out, but you're able to get close enough that you're in the tens of feet now. That applies to the cart as well. Although, it has not been comfortable for those in the cart. Those are some big objects jostling around. Anyone who gets a foot between the shell, the chest, and such is going to lose a toe or maybe get a broken ankle. So let's see who it is. Who is in the back? There are 2 seats up front.
I'm driving with
Yep.
Bufflesworth up front.
There's 1 seat up front.
And Bufflesworth.
Yep, no, I'm saying Rena and Pufflesworth are up front. There's 1 more
Okay.
space for a person. The rest will be in the back. So who took the other side of the driver's seat?
Guess that would have been me.
So that leaves Zarzul, Droop, Siegfried in the back. Well, let's see here. It's going to be a dexterity save. Well, dexterity actually, not a save, because he's got that bullshit plus 2, but yes. It's not going to be Siegfried today. It looks like it's going to be... Oh! It's... I'm afraid it's going to be the one who rolled 1, instead of just getting 1. Zarzul, while you're getting jostling around, the shell and the chest full of money slide together, and your toe is between them. Shit. For some reason, control was being held there. Don't know why. And yeah, your foot gets smashed for 2 points of bludgeoning. It's gonna sting for a while.
And that's annoying.
If it rolled any higher, you might have lost some movement for a bit. It's almost as bad as having a dwarf drop on you. Meanwhile, Siegfried is just standing, almost upright, just back bent against the canvas, and just sort of dancing around it. He is perfectly in his element. Managing to stay on anything that remains in place for a bit. But now you catch up. You're about 20 feet away from the cloud of entering the rain.
Alright, can I dispel the cloud from here?
You can attempt to dispel it.
Then I will attempt.
That will be a d20 plus your spell casting ability. So whenever you go to... Yeah.
Let's see.
So that should be plus 4 with you.
Yeah.
That is not enough.
I know.
The spell fires off, but the cloud remains. This is definitely a spell beyond 3rd level. Unsurprisingly.
How many times can you do that?
Twice.
Okay.
At least, does casting it at a higher level do anything?
I don't think it's a spell that has any... I
Oh,
don't
wait a
think it
minute.
of it.
Wait a minute. Can you use your inspiration to reroll that?
I believe I can.
Yeah, why not use that instead of wasting a spell slot?
DM, it's up to you. Higher level, you automatically end the effects of a spell on the target if the spell's level is equal to or less.
Yeah, it's higher than 4th.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use my inspiration to reroll that then. Are we going to fall down the hill again? We're going to fall down the hill again.
It's better. So, you know, go you. What else you guys got? Also, I like how he said how many times you can dispel this when he can do it 3 times. If he had the spell on him.
Yeah, I was about to say, if I had the spell, I don't.
I'm keeping my spells. I'm the healer.
Are you?
Yes.
Well, because I got all mine back on a
Yep.
short rest, I'm going to try one more time. I don't care. There we go.
That is actually enough. That's surprising. The rain peels away. The cloud disperses. And let's see here. Yeah. Couldn't actually find a good battle map for this one, so just ignore the terrain features. There are none on this map.
Okay.
Actually, fuck it. We might as well just do it on this bit, come to think of it. So, because it's just a straight up run. So imagine you're just on a night. Actually, I can do this. Hang on. Map and background. Map and background. Yoink. There we go. We are just on flat terrain. Objects and tokens. Let's get all this shit. So yeah, arrange yourselves, you know, in a straight line behind those guys. Just in case you need to see them. Over here. Because that's what you see. You see, in the distance, pairs of elves sitting atop manticores. There are a few on the rearmost one. There are several gashes. There is blood dripping.
It's the one we didn't kill.
There are also fewer spikes. No, you saw the one that you guys didn't kill. That was the one that was murdered by the knights. There were 2 battles going on that night.
Oh, right. So these must be the ones. So these must be the ones that the knights actually got.
So yeah, put yourselves behind this point.
I imagine Castelli would be a little more in front.
Yeah, we'll work this
Yeah.
out in a bit. Didn't think you were actually going to do that one. It was an 18 plus to undo that spell. So there's Castalia's horse. Just put it on top. Hang on. 2 back. There we go. And we'll just use this horse. 2 back, and let's see. Oh yeah, set permissions. Oh, it can be controlled by all players anyway, so yeah. We'll say this horse is the simplicity of the cart. But yes, currently all 3 manticores are landed. And they do look back. So we're going to be rolling some initiative.
Oof.
Well, I was just casting the spell. I have a reason for being slow.
Yeah. There is no surprise round because it did take time for the spell itself to vanish. Let's see. Ooh, boy.
I hope some of those knights are still around and can help.
Unfortunately, as you look around, there are a few knights, there are a few militiamen, but they are all bogged down. They're all pretty much buried in the mud. And also quite a distance away, so let's see here. And 8 for her. And 15 for him, okay. So everyone's popped yet? Top of a round is the dog in a wagon. Now let's reveal some more area here. There we go. Just so you can put yourselves properly.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Wolfgang's got much to do right now, but they are stopped currently. And they are aggressive, they are brandishing weapons.
Okay. Wolfgang is going to do what he does best. And move up slightly.
Yeah.
That there. Yep.
Why would 4 legs ever go quick? Okay.
I would use the dodge action on him. If he can't get to biting.
Yep, if you don't want to dash, you can always dodge.
You have the dodge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got the actions, yeah.
Okay. That sounds good.
Let's see here. Where is sheet I need? There we go. Or are these guys in the Hateful Horrors? I can't remember. Yeah. The Manticores were in Hateful Horrors. There we go. Not Monsters of the Forest. Okay, that's it for Wolfgang. Now it's the turn of the Manticores. Let's see what we got. Oh boy. So this one is going to flap over here and land. This one's going to do likewise. This one too. Actually, this one here is going to stay in the air. And considering the distance he moved, he is 20 feet in the air currently. So I'll just put a blue on him for airborne. There we go. And now, let's see here. I believe all 3 of them have a shot. Just about, actually, yeah. So 2 of them are going to shoot at Castalia's horse. Ooh, let's get that off the screen. Ooh.
By horse. 20
Mm.
damage to horse.
Let's see here.
Horse only has 19 HP. By horse.
It's not... It's down, but not out. I'll give it the credit since it was a...
Castalia kind of fell off the horse now.
Yeah, Castalia, I'm going to need an acrobatics check. Or no, it's I think it's a dex save, come to think of it. It's one or the other. I can never remember rules for Method Combat. They don't come up a lot.
Well, they're the same,
Yeah, same modifier. Go for it. Splort. It's not dignified. She is face down in the flood. And you are currently prone.
Alright. Well, if they shoot at me now, they have disadvantage.
Mm-hmm. But they're still going to. Disadvantage. 8 misses as a huge spike sails off. See, they only... How else since I've looked at their file, but they only attack for once, I think, with a spike. Maybe they get multiple shots. They might get multiple shots. Not the lycanthropes. Manticore. Or free with its tail spikes. There we go. Let's see. This one's going to be at... No, hang on. That's the wrong sheet. Alright. So that's one of them has attacked, basically. Alright, this one's going to go for... Yeah, Wolfgang. Disadvantage because he's dodging. That's a hit. No, wait a minute. What am I fucking doing? Disadvantage. Why wasn't the toggle on? So that's one miss. Okay, 2 misses. 3 misses. There we go. I had that toggled. And then the last one, well, it's got no... It's going to attack at disadvantage anyway. At the wagon. It can see people sitting there. It sees this fluffy little bundle sitting there.
No.
Are you going to try and take and be the cover for him?
Yes.
Okay, still a disadvantage anyway. Although an 18 does hit Rain.
Yep, it does.
7 piercing. And that is the fight of the Manticores. Rain!
Alright. Pufflesworth, you're coming with me off the cart. Alright. If I recall...
Actually, this was the Rear Morse one, so I better edit its HP, come to think of it. There we go.
So, that one that's closest, I want...
Not only is it closest, it also seems to have the most decorated elf atop it.
In that case, then it definitely needs to get lit up.
Oof.
She finally hit it.
Yeah.
She finally hit something. Yeah.
It is lit up like a Christmas tree.
And thanks to the damage that was done to it earlier as well, it is bloodied quite badly. Also, now there's advantage on any strike. Well, the first strike against it. Anything else?
Oh, oops, no, that's not my picking up. There we go. I'm hiding behind the wagon with a Pufflesworth.
You know, it's been that long since you guys have actually brought your sidekicks, I forgot to put the tokens on the map.
Yep.
But, you know, there's a chance they could die here, so I better put them down.
Yeah, time for Troop to come over his bad experiences, because he's going to have to kill the same creatures again that he so horrifically inflicted injury upon.
Yep, it's the same people. Well, we call them people of our elves. Alright, speaking of the turn of some of the elves, the male ones, who dismount. They grit their teeth and seem to surge. Muscles taut. Aggression clear in their eyes. And they try to race ahead as they run forward.
And crack open a cold one.
Also, the women... No, not yet. They remain seated on the monsters. Cornelius.
Yes. So what happens to a flying creature if I throw Sleet Storm?
It drops.
Yeah, it's dropping.
Well, that's if it goes prone. So, let me see. Where's the gigantic fucking template I have? I think this is the Sleet Storm one. I'm not, maybe, no, actually that's the small one, come to think of it. Because, yeah, it's 40 radius, isn't it?
Let me check. Oh. Yeah, 40 foot.
Yeah,
and
I
20
could've sworn
foot
I-
tall.
Okay, no, that was the Blazing Fire one. This was it, but... Only downside, of course, is that it's been resized, so I could actually put it somewhere for later use. Let's see here. Still needs to be bigger.
part of me that loves so much of a fucking hassle this to get this thing sized.
Problem is, if you just drag something out this effect token and all, it'll just be at the normal size. There we go. That's 8. That's 40 foot. So where do you want it placed?
Right in the middle of them.
Basically here.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. So they are heavily obscured, which means you will not be able to shoot at them.
Yeah, but they won't be able to shoot out as well. So now we have a chance to actually reorganize, do what we want.
Okay, so they don't have to do anything just yet. It's when their turn starts.
Yeah, when it enters the area, when it enters the area for the first time on a turn, or start turns there.
Yeah.
You must make it a scary.
They haven't had a turn yet. Castalia.
Hang on. Let me just move away from the card a little bit.
No, stay where you are. Castalia. Do you take Droop with you?
I'm going to motion for him to come with me.
Okay.
Whether he's going to, I guess we'll find out.
No, he does. It's just a question on if you want him to stay in the cart. Alright, now it's Castalia's turn. You are face down in the mud.
Is my horse still up?
Your horse is on the ground and sort of kicking a little feebly. It is, for all intents, unconscious.
Well,
Also-
first thing, I stand up.
Yep. Spit out the mouthful of grass you got.
I make sure I'm in front of my horse. And I can see through the sleet storm, right?
Not really. They're heavily obscured, so you can't really get line of sight on them for spells.
Alright, then...
It's a little bit of a darkness sort of thing.
Why'd you cast darkness at it?
I can't... technically I could cast Darkness at it, but that one's solid.
It's the right book. The right book.
I ready Eldritch Blast to hit the first hostile thing I say.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Zarzul.
Okay. So I can't see them at the moment.
I mean, you could take a shot, but it'd be a disadvantage. Let's see here. Yeah, let's see. Heavily obscured areas such as... Yeah, it counts the same as darkness. A creature effectively suffers from the blinded condition when trying to see something in that area.
Yeah, you're basically only seeing very blurry silhouette.
Very difficult to get an accurate shot off.
Okay. So there'll be a strip roll on the Manticore that's already bloodied.
Well, in your case, you can't even see them.
Ah.
Yeah, you thought I forgot about it. They're not within the 30 feet.
60, but yeah.
Nah, that's pretty new. Yeah, not within 60 feet, I think. Just double check.
Okay.
Nah, everything's
I
out.
can move up a little bit though.
You can.
Yeah.
Can you hear that rattling?
Yep. So I can move up to there. That means Manticore that's bloodied is in range. It's also still flying, I'm guessing.
Currently, it has not had to do a dex save.
Okay. I'm gonna put an arrow in it. 'Cause I'm
Okay.
a nice guy like that.
Disadvantage?
But first, we are going to make the arrow slightly more nasty. So it's
Hail of
gonna have Hail
Thorns.
of Thorns. Yep,
Okay.
that's the right one, isn't it? Yep. There's a bonus, so I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And now I put an arrow in it. 18.
That is a hit. Let's see here. Well, get your damage out. Alright, so now I got 3 dex saves to do, so 2 of these have a +3 modifier. Alright, the Manticore does not save, but the Decorated Elf does. The female does not. Guy does. Okay. So that's 8 damage on her. Let's see here. 4 on her. 4 on the guy. Yeah, it is magical damage. And
Wait, are you referring to the one on the ground?
oh yeah, I suppose he'd be out of range, yeah.
Yeah, it's 5 feet, but then
Yep.
you say that was flying around 20 feet up in the air.
Yep, for now. We'll see.
Yeah, but
But yeah, the spikes hurled off. You saw a lot of movement from the creature. Looks like you hit.
Excellent. Then the second part of the plan.
Why don't you just take cover behind the dying horse?
No. Might get the horse back up again.
Alright, first turn of the Decorated Elf. She does not make the save, so she slides off the saddle.
oof.
Takes 11 bludgeoning damage on the landing. Falls prone, but she does get up again. Unfortunately, that would be all her movement. Let's see here. Yes, that'll have to be her for this turn. Siegfried.
Right.
Get
I'm
in
going
there
to
and
move
stab
up
him.
slightly.
What, sorry?
I'm not going to move all the way up yet. What I'm going to do is move up to this horse and then attempt to make it drink a healing.
Yeah, a healing potion works on a living creature. It's a little tough because you can take a horse to a potion, but you can't make them drink, but this one seems eager.
Thank you.
She means that to you, not to me. She doesn't appreciate the drink.
What's it?
2d4 plus
2d4
2.
plus 2?
Yeah. It is very little.
Unless, of course, you're a wizard, then every point is a godsend.
I do love that picture of like the screaming dog getting hosed, and that's the wizard taking 2 HP of damage.
Oh, that's a coyote.
Is it a coyote?
So
Okay.
the horse
Yeah,
now has
that's a how to
8
deal with
HP.
Yep.
And then I'm going to move back behind the cart.
Castalia, thanks to some shadowy creature with a mustache and a beard, your horse is alive. It's also going to get up and get the fuck out of the way. You may have to chase it down. Anything else, Siegfried? Get your bonus to
I'm
help
going to
someone.
use the hide action, seeing as I'm behind the cart.
Okay. Give me a stealth roll. Yep. Wolfgang.
Wolfgang is going to move up slightly. And continue to try and dodge anything that comes at it.
Castalia, you look to your left
Nothing
and see a very agile dog.
I was about to say, if he entered that area, he would have to start doing dex roll.
Alright, it's the turn of the Manticores. Let's take a look here. So one of them saves, 2 of them plummet. So that's 2d6 on this one. Ooh, it got full. So yeah, this Manticore falls and dies on impact.
Oh,
Nice.
Does it hit the elf underneath it?
No, she was away. She was at the side. This one, however, oh, she actually has advantage on this.
How about the elf that was riding it?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing her save for. She manages to make her acrobatics, so She manages to land it. Alright, this one is fine. This one is not, however, so another 2d6 of falling. No, wait a minute, what am I talking about? This one's just on the ground, he's just prone.
Yeah.
But he does get up again.
What about the one who was riding Manticore?
She hasn't got a turn yet. Oh, so
Yeah,
for...
but does she fall off or not?
Yeah, I suppose. Academic, really. Let's see, 2d20 plus... she falls prone as well, but they... It gets up, let's see here. So it's got... not a lot of movement left. Also, just for fun, because you guys can't see it. Douche. There we go. Now it will be a mystery, I say. Let's see, how... Ah. Let's see. Nope, not True Monsters, Hateful Horrors. There we go. From the air come down 3 spikes. And they are coming down at the only presentable target. The fancy man.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Those were all 3 of those were at Cornelius.
Hold on. I don't like that, grid. Hold on, where do I got this?
As you look up, and you can see that there is a manticore above your sleet storm.
Oh.
I thought I had this. Hold on.
I don't think you got this.
No,
Yeah,
I don't think I...
Yeah, I can definitely block the first attack.
Are you going to use shield for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, every health point is
precious.
vital for a wizard.
10.
Alright, give me a con save.
Oh,
Sleet storm is gone.
it did good work though.
But hey, on the bright side, you can see them now.
Yeah, unfortunately I hadn't put on mage armor before this started.
Yep, unfortunately, this one still gets a turn. It had to get up from prone, so it doesn't have any real movement. It's already done that, but it does get to attack. And it's going to see... Let's see here. Yes. It's going to go for the red devil.
No, I could do that. Fib. Oh, well.
There was 16 hits.
17. Nope.
Okay.
Armor class 17.
Good. Oh, sorry. Rain, it's your turn. What were you going to do to
Okay.
help him?
I could make it not a crit.
Ah, well, it wouldn't have made a difference.
Yeah. But, alright, let's see.
Well, actually, no.
Nah, the DC still would have been 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
But,
wouldn't
I mean, you
have
could
been
give him
that
free
big of a
health
deal.
points back if you want to do it.
No, it's not that big of a deal. I can save it for later. It's only the wizard.
I'm not in desperate need of health at the moment.
Yeah, for once.
Exactly.
You've been hit and you're not in desperate need of help. This is a
I've
novelty
only
for a
lost-
wizard.
I only lost a quarter of my whole entire health.
I mean, that's pretty good HP for a wizard.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Rain?
Well,
Yeah, I know, it's just pretty funny to say that I lost a quarter of my health.
I'm thinking I'm just gonna repeat what I just, well, not as high level, but yeah, the manticore that's closest.
Mm-hmm. Gonna light him up.
Yep, I'm gonna light him up.
Another good strong hit. Let's see, 16 damage, and he is glowing. Anything else from you?
I think I'm gonna stay behind the wagon.
Okay.
I had to think about it, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you could probably take your red dot off.
Oh yeah, I forgot about you. I'm not dying anymore.
You're not dying yet.
Yeah. Anymore at the current moment.
Alright, the two male elves charge forward. One of them swinging his... What did I give him? I gave each of them a different weapon so I could identify them. Yeah, these ones have the bludgeon. The big clubs. But one also draws his bow. Because they're elves, of course they have bows. And they're going to do this shit recklessly. So that's 2 attacks for Castalia.
Oh, wow.
Look on the bright side, the damage is not that impressive. But yeah, he's just swinging this big chunk of wood. It's barely been hewn into a club, it's just a trunk, really. And then the other one, yeah, he's also going to fire... actually, let's see here. Yeah. Doesn't care about the wolf. He sees the man by himself. I believe both those hit. But hang on a second, actually. I need to double check here. It has been a while since I played these guys. Do they get advantage on ranged attacks? It might just be for melee. Okay, yeah, so that's just a 16. They don't get advantage for ranged.
Alright.
You've still got the shield up, yeah? Or has the round gone?
Oh, actually, no, I don't think the shield can block enough damage. Oh, not for DC. I think it's all.
Okay.
I think I would get a +5. My natural is 11.
Yeah, so he hits.
Yeah.
That's 9 piercing as an arrow thuds into you. Let's see here. Yeah, that's them done. Now for the female elves, who are going to stand up. Let's see. She can move all of this distance. She can move all of here. And they're both going to draw out their bows. You do also see they have great axes slung on their backs. But for now, they're content to just pepper you with arrows. So, first one is going to be at Cornelius. These are not cumulative, though. You've only lost 10 feet on the hit. So that's 1 hit for 3 piercing. And 2 at Castalia. 17. 7 piercing on the dancer. On the plus side, that's all they could throw at you guys right now. Oh wait, there is one more. That's right, the one who was actually riding the proper flying one that didn't fall over. So that's 2 more arrows. Let's see. She's going to fire at the one who just flung a bolt at her manticore. There's a 16 hit.
Technically, wouldn't she be behind cover? She's hiding behind the cot.
Hmm.
And 16 does not hit either.
Yeah. Would have been an 8. Actually, would have been a 20 there. Cornelius.
Yeah, I'm going to have to apply mage armor on myself.
Why ever 4?
Yeah, now my AC is 14.
True. Adjust his position.
Yeah. yeah, it's not much else I can actually really do.
Mm-hmm.
There's not much room behind the cart anymore. That's occupied space.
Still got your. You can still call things out.
Yeah, but I think people know what is there, so that's not much point.
Okay.
I think I really have anything else I can do.
I don't think so. You've got no bonus cantrips. There's only one in the game.
So I'm just gonna have to stay there and feel sorry for myself.
Castalia.
Oh yeah, I guess I could have yelled to do something.
I'm gonna hit the elf who hit me. He attacked recklessly, so I get advantage on my hits, don't I?
You do.
Wonderful.
All attacks on him until the end of his next turn. The end of his next turn.
Castlevania, the fuck.
2.
Yep, both those hits. Let's see here.
Oh, by the way, which of the manticores are flying right now? By the way.
Oh yeah, this one here. Luckily, there's only
damage.
2, so this one that still has a rider. All right, let's see here. So, there we go. He's still standing. He took the whiplashes surprisingly well. And he looks rared for more combat here. Got your bonus, got your movement.
Can't really do much with it either.
Okay. I mean, you could have put your Hexblade's Curse on him. Or your actual
True,
Hex.
but not yet.
Okay. Zarzul.
I'm going to take aim at this one next to Castalia and put an arrow in it.
Mm-hmm. You've got advantage for various reasons.
Yep.
Nah, it's a miss. Good try. Where did the plus 11 come from? I don't remember you having a plus 11.
I'm wondering about that myself.
Yeah. 'Cause you have a 5, yeah? Or a 4.
5 dexterity, from bonus dexterity, and 2 from archery mastery.
Let's see.
Plus
So
5
yeah.
dex, plus 2 mod, plus 3
Yeah,
proficiency,
plus 1 on the bow.
magic.
Jesus. So yeah, where's the plus? So it should be a plus 10. 5 from Dex, 3 from proficiency, 2 from archery, and then. No, it is a plus 11. Yeah. Fucking hell. Wouldn't mind that for my ranger. And yeah, as a thud of compacted dirt smacks into his side. He just sort of grins and bears it, to be honest.
Okay, and there's my bonus action. Cornelius feels slightly better.
Oh, thank you.
But for how long?
Indeed.
Let's see here.
I'm almost back to 3/4 self.
Okay. Just double checking here my options. Ooh boy. Yeah, yeah. This is gonna be nasty. Things may die. But you did see the power they had before. As the decorated elf raises her arms to the air. And you see above you... Now I wish I'd copied that template instead of dragging it out. Oh, let's see here. Just the right amount of size. Yeah, near enough. As she raises her hands above her head and casts a mighty spell. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, that gets everyone.
Oh, goody.
This is gonna be nasty, guys, because she's casting Ice Storm.
Oh, goody.
There's your damage, and hang on while I fish out the actual spell card. There we go. A hail of rock-hard ice emerges above the group and hammers down onto the ground. Each creature in the cylinder must make a dexterity saving throw. Hailstone turns the storm's area of effect into difficult terrain until the end of your next turn. Luckily, it's not. Luckily, it's not continuous. Oh. Yep. Droop is also down on the ground. Where's Pufflesworth's sheet?
Oh, we don't have to check. Bufflesworth made it.
Pufflesworth did not make it. Pufflesworth is unconscious. You have...
Yeah, it's gonna.
These are the horses. One horse passed and is merely unconscious. Your first horse, however, is dead. It took double its HP value. Because it's not as strong a horse as Castalia's draft horse. So, what's the condition of the party as the hail smashes down on all sides? I know one person is completely unscathed. Well, let's hear sound off if you're alive.
I'm good.
How you holding up, Rain?
I'm actually better than expected. That
Awful.
was... It was 25 HP, right?
No.
What was it?
29.
29.
29. Okay, yeah, there we go. Sorry, I've got...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more than okay.
Yeah, you feel the leash go taut, and you pull down a little bit, and you see that Pufflesworth got smashed by one of these huge chunks of hail. Unconscious.
How dead is he? Okay, unconscious. Okay.
Unconscious, because he has more HP than Droop. Droop barely survived. No, he's unconscious, but he was nearly instantly killed. And then she walks over to this Manticore. Now, let's see, actually, she doesn't have... Does she have a movement lift? She does. She mounts the Manticore. Damn it. Go to the back. There we go. As she looks down at the rest of you. Siegfried.
Oh, I'm gonna shoot the flying manticore.
Okay. You have advantage. It's still glowing with radiant might. Unfortunately, even with it being a glowing beacon, there's still a lot of ice chunks in the area. Your eyes were kind of frosted over, and you miss.
I'm going to use my sword's ability to give me another reroll.
Okay. As you use the luck of the sword to preserve yourself, and... Hmm?
I'm guessing the sword only gives one dice reroll. Not
Yeah, so we just take the first one, it's fine. But as you use the divine power of the sword to take another chance at fate, preserve yourself a bit more, the rest of the party are probably feeling a little bit envious right now. But that's a hit. As it looks like it's veering off for a moment, but a tailwind catches it. And thuds into the creature's hide. And yes, it's just barely bloodied.
And I'm probably going to hide again.
Alright, you are somewhat hidden. Wolfgang. Whatever's left of the dog.
Yeah, Wolfgang isn't feeling too hot, but still alive. It's felt worse. And he moved there and bite one of these damn elf things. Mate, if passes its intelligence, yeah, let's just bite. He's annoyed.
16 hits. Just. Ten piercing and... Yep, he manages to stay standing. Anything else?
That's about it.
Alright, it's the right of the manticores. Let's see now. Who are they going to shoot at? Well, this one's going to go for retribution, so it's aiming... let's see. She is hiding now. It's going to have to go for the obvious targets. First off, at Castalia. Hey, nice. That is a hefty chunk of damage on the dancer.
Mm-hmm.
And one for the dog. Miss. It's then going to flap itself to the north. This one is going to go even faster to the north. Let's double check here. Get the range right. Yeah. Yeah, it is booking it, using its full action movement. Rain!
Oh, alright then.
I will point out at no point have these elves been shouting at each other or giving any kind of commands. There's just been lots of incoherent roaring from the males and female ones, and the decorated one has not said a thing apart from their spell.
Okay, I need to vamos. I'm gonna try to get out with Pufflesworth. Dragging Pufflesworth with me.
Alright, that's 3 failed death saving throws as he hit every stone along the way.
No, because I'm gonna spare the dying to make sure.
Now keep in mind, Cornelius and Droop are also unconscious.
We
I
are
don't
dying.
Can I see them?
Yes.
Oh, I can't. Oh, bugger.
No plausible deniability here.
Alright.
Yeah, there's that moment when Siegfried crouches down to hide and you just see behind him, face down in the dirt and the snow, is both wizards.
Okay. I guess I'll spare Cornelius. I guess.
Don't you have mass healing word?
Oh yeah, I do. I can erase everybody, I guess. I guess I'll do that.
No, that's
Just
two.
worry, because now I'm going to be. I only have one. I have to save one spell slot.
You do
Say-
realize we finished a long rest, yeah, right?
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about level 3.
Yeah.
I've used 3 level 3 spells. So I only have a level 4 spell. So that'd be Cornelius, Droop, Pufflesworth, Wolfgang, Castalia. And then I guess try to do mirror. How's Siegfried looking?
Perfectly
I'm
fine.
good. I'm happy.
Not a mark on him.
How's Zarzul then?
Lost a bit of health.
I'll give it to me then.
I am injured. Oh, well, I'll get myself in.
A bit injured? I'm above a bit injured.
Remember, healer. Okay, that was your... Doesn't even say if it's a bonus or not.
Wait, hold on. It's a bonus action.
Still got your action then.
Yep.
Still got your movement.
Yeah.
Pufflesworth just slowly pulls itself out of the ground. Shaking off it is horribly sodden.
I want to get over here. Excuse me, Pufflesworth. Come here.
Unfortunately, Pufflesworth has used half its movement to get up again,
Oh yeah, bugger.
and it's not inclined to run right now.
Here we go. Then I can see. I want to be able to see.
Yep. Plus, actually, come to think of it, you can only move a square.
Oh, I can only move a square. Bugger.
Difficult terrain currently,
Oh yeah.
as you're trudging
Well,
through the sleet.
It's enough for me to see that stupid guy. So
Yeah.
there we go. No, I don't think 11 hit.
If you were aiming for the dude, no. 11 does not hit.
Drat.
Now it's the turn of the women, I think. No, it's the dudes. Okay. This one's going to throw his bow aside and charge in, frothing, with his great axe, or great bludgeon. Alright. They're both going reckless. Oh, actually, no. Hang on, considering you went reckless, a 17 is what hits him.
Well,
So,
I didn't have a advantage. I accidentally.
yeah, you did.
They went reckless,
did.
so you get advantage against
Yeah, you
them.
got
Oh.
revenge against them.
Oh, awesome. Then. Never mind.
So let's see here. That would be... Yes. He is very nearly dead. So close you could almost call it a Malgurn. But they're not giving up. Yes, as the floating chicken ignites in the air and smashes into him. In no way looking like the chicken itself flew. Just that it was thrown there with some sort of invisible force. Alright, here we go. Primitive Bludgeon. These are going to be at advantage. This guy's still trying to bring down the dancer. There we go. Ooh. A hefty amount of damage.
How much is it for instant death?
It's got to be double your HP. Double your max HP.
Oh, okay, then no.
Yeah.
That's definitely on the floor.
Unless... she was making a point about this before. But she had an ability to negate a critical.
Yep. That's what I was going to do. So she
Were
was
you?
talking. They were talking. I can interrupt. So yes, I would be negating that.
So it's just the 8 damage. So does 17 put you on the floor?
Yes.
Rage
that was
stretches out her hand,
wonderful.
thinking, "Not today," but it's
I
today.
had 9 HP.
Oh, then the first one dropped you. The second took you to 2 failed death saving throws.
Yep.
Ooh, ow.
Luckily, this one is helping his buddy, so he's swinging for the dog. 1 hit. For 10 against Wolfgang.
Wolfgang is not looking good.
But that's them done. Now it's time for women folk. Who don't like seeing how people get up. Also, let's see here. Okay. Okay, her turn is way down there. That's why it hasn't gone away yet. They're going to start taking aim. And they just do it normally. Let's see. First 2 are coming from the southern one. She's aiming for Zarzul. Eight piercing. This one just saw the wizard get up again.
Well, he's still on the ground.
But she saw his eyes open. No. Let's see here. Let's see. Zarzul will be in cover, so it's rain. She can't see Siegfried because he's hiding. Yeah, she's going to go for Zarzul so he gets a +2 to his AC. Didn't matter on that arrow. Another 6 piercing. By the way, you've got an unconscious horse and a dead horse there.
Yep.
That's their turns. Cornelius.
Yeah.
You may have met someone with a mighty magical talent. You may not be able to turn your nose up at another nature wizard.
Oh, I definitely can. Fucking cheaters.
As you rise up with a face full of nature currently.
Mm-hmm. Well, in this case, I am probably going to have to use the healing word of the ring. I assume we refilled them from the last time.
We did. That's why I was 1 spot down.
You've got to make sure to say to each other.
No, we had said, but that was last session.
Okay.
Yeah, but we've had a rest since then.
No, that was the morning you woke up.
Okay. I
Yeah.
thought we did that before we...
No, 'cause you were out of spells when you came back from the plants.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Yeah, but back then we hadn't done it. That's when we talked about we did the thing. That was last session about the end.
Yeah. I'm just saying it hasn't been asleep since then.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that on Castalia.
Good.
Healing word. From Zarzul. So
That's the wrong one. Sorry.
If only. It's still
That
good.
looks worse. Yep.
Still good.
Yeah, still good.
She gets rid of those failed death saving throws, which is very good.
Yes.
and I command Droop to do something about the ones attacking the Castalian Wolfgang.
Takes a moment and grits his teeth. Yep, he's going to go for it. And looking at them, he knows what spell he has to use because the others have a bit of a radius on them. But let's see here. Which spell does he pick? It's going to be Chaos Bolt. Does not. Let's see, actually. Advantage.
Yeah, reckless.
Even with advantage, the Chaos Bolt just sails off into the sky. He panics and hides again.
Bless you.
Ow. His ears droop. The rest of him droops. He is droop. He seems quite ashamed of himself. I did try to hit her. I did.
You did. That's what matters.
You've got 5 foot of movement if you want to use it.
Mm-mm.
Guess not. Castalia, you're up. You know that one to the south of you is barely alive. It's just his rage that seems to be holding him in place.
Well, I stand up.
It's a bit weird because you don't have to dust yourself off. You feel the need to, just out of instinct. But there's just nothing sticking.
Still. Okay, now I'm going to use my Hexblade's Curse. I'm the nearly dead one, as stupid as that sounds, but there is a reason for it.
There is.
And I'm going to attack him. And because he attacked recklessly, I still get advantage.
Yep, you have colossal advantage. He is completely dead.
Alright. Then my next attack will go to the one to the north.
Yeah.
Or the one to the other side of Wolfgang.
Yeah, as you just lash out with a whip and just cleave his face off.
And with him dead, because my feature goes off, I gain back 9 HP.
Yeah, this one... That's another good strong hit. Let's see here. So he takes... Yeah. Again, he seems to be taking the whip blows pretty well. But the poison is still causing those spikes of purplish black veins to rise up for a moment. Sodden Lash is trying to bite deep. Zarzul.
Yes. I'm gonna.
You may be being
try and put-
outbowed.
Yeah. I know. Take care of the ones close first at this point. Okay, I'm gonna put an arrow in the one north of Wolfgang.
Yep. You got advantage for various reasons. A good solid FUD. And again, he just sort of seems to take the blow. Wolfgang, however, just cannot get a good grasp. The feet are just pulling away too quick.
Damn.
Still had your bonus.
Okay. Don't have a lot I can do, unfortunately.
Okay. And now, the start of his turn. The area of effect is gone. The ice vanishes. The ground is simply horrible. Oh, actually, hang on. She might actually have something for being in range. Hang on. Because I'm sure that's what you guys want to hear. Let's see. So from the back of a manticore... Oh yes. She can actually still hit you guys with things. Just one wizard can really screw things up, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's no good. Oh god. No, I can't do that one again. Okay, this looks about right. Yeah, I've got to weigh the options here, because... Okay, yes.
Because one of them means that he's going to have to figure out what he's then going to have to do with his Saturday night.
Kind of, yeah. She's going to cast slow on a 40-foot cube. So where's my drawing? Where's my painting shape? Let's see here. So I think I got one more row. There we go. So, wisdom saves from you guys.
That's a 64-foot cube.
Well, no, it's 40 by 40.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Is that like a radius?
Yeah.
Yeah, no advantage on that.
Yep, so that's Cornelius, Zarzul, and Castalia are slowed. Siegfried, Rain, you're fine. And as for Droop, he was never all that quick anyway. But he's fine, he makes a save.
This is just a normal day, basically, what we're experiencing right now.
Yep, welcome to
Sounds
my
deep
pace,
world.
peasants. But yes, there are various issues currently for those who are slowed.
You really adapt to the slowness. I was born in it, molded by it.
You have a -2 penalty to AC. You can't use reactions. You get a choice of either having an action or a bonus. And you only get one attack if you have more than one. And casting spells becomes difficult, but only ones that take more than an action. No, correction. Yeah. Yeah, it'll take... So... Siegfried. You are not slowed.
I'm
In a
going
way-
to shoot the one that casts slow if I can.
She is quite far away.
Oh, over there.
Yeah, she's all the way over there. Yeah. You've still got range, I guess, 100 feet or so. No, she's on the back of the Manticore. I just haven't moved the token. What?
Look, in the next brackets is 82, 320. What's that disadvantage?
Yeah, it'll be a disadvantage.
Even though I'd have advantage shooting from stealth.
Yeah, we'll say a straight roll then. That is a hit. She did not like that. She does keep concentration, however. It was a good attempt.
And I'm going to do what I've done for the whole combat.
Continue hiding, despite the fact that you are the one who has the most HP currently.
Yeah, good point.
Wolfgang.
Forward.
King is going to continue what he does best. Continue biting.
So, Manticore's turn. Yeah. The one with the decorated elf, basically, you know, it's a shaman now. She is fucking out of there. Likewise, the other Manticore and elf. They are flying up north. Rain. It's your turn now.
I'm not slowed. Pufflesworth is slowed, but I'm not.
I'll
slowed.
ignore the rumors. No, Pufflesworth was outside the radius.
Oh. Well, that worked out.
And it can only affect 6 creatures, can't it?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Up to 6.
Yeah, it's handy, actually. I just did it because I was starting from Castalia backwards, and he was out of range. A guiding bolt on, I'm guessing, the male elf? Or the arrow one? Like, are you shooting her?
Yes, this
Okay, yeah.
I wanted to draw.
Yeah, 15 radiant, that hits her hard. And now she is incandescent.
She is what the children call lit.
No. No, the children here are educated, therefore they do not say lit. They just say, she a legend, yo. What else you got? You've got both your abilities right now.
Yeah.
You've also got your full movement.
Bloop. I'm putting Pufflesworth behind me. To the black.
I should just ice storm you guys again. Wipe the party out.
Start from scratch.
Well, this is the second time I've hit you guys with a radius attack, and you've stayed bunched up.
I moved backwards.
Yeah.
And I have 5 feet of movement. It was not like I was
Who's
going
that?
to be able to do much. Yeah, I was kind of amazed that you just kept hiding behind the. When we know what happened last time we just bunched up.
I'm just going to point this out.
Yeah, but then Wolfgang doesn't get included. We are not perfectly bunched up anymore. I couldn't go that far away.
Okay. Time for the elves. This one's going to keep swinging. For Wolfgang. That should be reckless. Oh yeah, because I turned it off for the archer, so first attack doesn't hit. That one does. 7 more on the dog.
16 would have hit.
Oh, the 16 would have hit?
Like
Okay.
he's got an AC of 16, so
Okay.
got a match.
There you go. Was he down with the 11?
Yes. The 7 would have taken him to 1.
Sure, we'll say the 7 hit him first. Okay. Wolfgang is unconscious, but his brains have not been splattered out yet. Now the elves again. Gonna draw back for bowstrings. Well, actually. Yeah. This was gonna march a bit closer to the casters, but she is going to draw back her bow. She's gonna aim for the one who fired off a big bolt of energy. Ooh! Are you gonna use your channel divinity to get rid of that as well?
Let me get back to you on that once I make my thing actually big enough that I can see.
This one's continuing her shots at Zarzul. Oh boy. How's the kobold?
What's that? How much damage is that?
That is quite a lot. That'll be 22.
Kobold's gonna fall over.
I'm not going to say it's all up to you, Siegfried, but you're the only one who has a health bar currently.
What's going on?
Kobold just fell over.
Oh dear.
Cornelius, it's time for you to launch.
Is Cornelius slowed anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah. we
Yeah.
haven't gone-
120 range. She's well beyond that now.
I always figure whenever you plant it, it stays there. It's just what you can cast it to.
It depends if she's still concentrating on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just wondering whether she could, it's too far away to still be concentrating on it.
Well, let's see here. Let's see range. Once a spell is cast, its effects aren't limited by its range, unless the spell's description says otherwise.
Damn, I tried.
Yep. Fair enough.
Yeah, so I guess I have to roll a d20 for making sure the spell didn't fire off.
Yep. Or, well, yeah. Don't need this box anymore. I suppose I'll keep it up, actually, just to show that the spell is still being concentrated on.
So yeah, I'm just gonna try and fire off a firebolt and the one on the north here.
Okay.
To get fired on Drew.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is it? Oh, there.
Well, you still have to roll your d20.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Nope. Oh,
Nope.
wait, no. As if this was an 11 or higher, the spell doesn't take effect until the creature's next. Oh, wait.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
She did ping it off.
Yep.
Yep, 12 damage. She takes it all. Droop is going to attempt to help.
Oh, wait, hang on. On 11 or higher, the spell doesn't take effect until the creature's next turn. On the spell can't. Okay, no, never mind.
Yeah. Also, roll your wisdom saving throw. You get one at the end of each turn. There you go. You are no longer slowed. And Droop is going to try again.
Try being the word.
Yeah, even with advantage, no good. Castalia. Things are just
Nice.
moving like molasses right now.
Yep. But hey, I got an elf in front of me and I can still hit that, so
Yep.
I'm gonna try and hit that. With only one swing, but at least it has advantage.
You're sounding more like Rain right now. It's a good strong hit. Takes the poison full on. Not so much on the slashing.
Yeah. See, it's a wisdom saving throw.
Yep, but you're whittling him down.
I don't have advantage, but still.
That passes. You're no longer slowed. Her DC is not high.
No, it's not, but
Yeah.
it's helpful to no longer be slowed up.
Death saving throw from the kobold. That's a fail. She's gone. Siegfried.
Right. I'm going to do the intelligence. And I'm going to shove a potion in the kobold's mouth.
Okay. And then you're going to hide behind him, I assume. Just
Then I'll
going
be
to...
back behind the
yeah,
cart,
just-
sitting here and then pondering my move.
Mm-hmm. You might as well just sling him over your shoulder as a shield.
Could I drag him behind the cart?
That was your action to get him a potion, you see.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Death saving throw from the dog. Alright. One success. Manticores are no longer an element in this fight. Rain.
Okay. Just check. Okay.
Didn't think this was going to be such a tough fight. I figured you guys had this. I didn't realize that every battle is going to be like this.
Yeah, it's almost like they're missing the goddamn tank.
I'm just thinking about that yeah, that image of the crow or the bird where it just says I seriously underestimated the fuck out of you or overestimated the fuck out of you guys. Next time we're going to fight some goblins with wiffle bats.
Yes, I
Alright.
do.
I'll do that, and then I'll grab Sword. There we go. I'm going to spare the dying the dog.
Alright, he is stabilized. You've still got your action.
Yep. And then I'm going to... Where is it? Does a 14 hit the reckless?
No,
Or is he dead?
a 15 does not hit.
Ah.
I posted in tabletop for you, Corvus.
Thank you. Yes. Alright. Do time. Yeah, he's just gonna keep swinging wild. It's just the frenzy there is genuine froth coming off him. Ooh. I've got criticals every round now.
Yep. Back on the ground.
Yeah, quite heavily on the ground.
I will. Yeah, I don't think the 4 is going to help, so I'm not going to bother.
Did you have over
Wait,
13 HP?
Which of those is damage?
Only the bottom one.
Okay, that puts it at 0.
Wait, 13. Yeah,
13 plus
stopping
4 puts me at 0.
Then I'm definitely stopping the crit.
Okay. Unfortunately, a 19 also hits.
Yeah.
So she's still on the ground. Jesus.
But
But
you
there
know
was
what?
no throw.
Yep.
Can he take 20 after the first damage?
Hmm?
Can he take a Hellish Rebuke after the first damage before the second?
Yeah.
Well, he's taking it.
Well, you have to roll it.
So you have to cast it at that level. Wham.
This guy was just a 1 or a 2. Yeah, he takes that shit. Oh. As you just point the finger at him, he ignites, he screams, and then through the flames, he just bashes you on the shoulder and puts you on the floor. He didn't like being set on fire.
Not many people do.
Don't know why not. It's an enlightening experience.
Mm-hmm. So time of the archers. Let's see. Yep, tagged on normal. Again, they're going to shoot for the caster who's casting. First one to it, rain.
So 9. I'm on the floor.
This is going to be awkward. To it, Zarzul. I'm just rolling godlike. That's the problem here. There's not been a lot of below 15s. That's as annoying. It's a 20-sided dice. These guys have much lower modifiers than you do. Let's see. Zarzul was knocked out. Has Zarzul gotten a turn to do a wisdom save?
No, I think I ended up. I'm not sure whether I ended up skipping it
Yeah,
because
you got knocked.
I
up,
I
yeah.
rolled a death save.
Yeah.
I didn't.
But still, your AC 17, yeah? Or higher.
18, I think.
18, yeah, so, yeah, those miss. Cornelius.
Yeah.
Who knew things could get worse when the druid runs away?
Indeed. I am going to cat scorching rays 2 levels higher, so I get 5 rays,
Yep.
and I'm gonna focus 2 on that guy and 3 on this lady here.
Oh, this... Sorry, this guy was bloodied ages ago. Yeah, go for it. This guy's pretty weak.
Oh, wait, hang on, I forgot to add modifiers that word.
Let's see, what is your modifier?
15. Yeah, +7.
Okay, so yeah. With a +7, that is a... You get 2 hits on the dude, and then 2 hits on the lady.
Yeah.
So let's get your...
I'm just gonna do this so this just calculates damage.
Yeah.
Quicker.
The male is incinerated. The woman is heavily cauterized and seared. Still standing, but looking real worse for wear. Still got your bonus, still got your movement, still can try to command Droop if you want to.
Yeah. Can I give him a potion of healing and tell him to run to Castelli and give it to her?
You can, yes. That is exactly what he does. He uses bonus action to dash over and jam it down the throat. He does. There is, to Castelli's unconscious ears, a whispered, "Sorry!" As grubby mitts just cram this bottle in.
With eyelids fluttering, my eyes open, I smile to Droop and say, "There's no reason to be sorry. I'm still here.
You're not a goblin, you wouldn't understand.
You did a good deed. That's all I need to know. It doesn't matter from who."
I can't hit today. Anyway, it's now Castelli's turn.
Well, I stand up again.
Now you know how to be a wizard.
There's now
Exactly.
a deeper crevice in your shape in the ground.
Alright, I can't leave our puppies. No. Yeah, our puppy's not stabilized, so I can't leave his side yet.
He's only 25 gold.
I know he is.
Wolfgang got Spare the Dead. I thought.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, yeah.
stabilized.
Oh, okay, he's stabilized? Alright.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use the rest of my movement to move here. And because that's out of range, at least for hit, at least for striking with the whip, that's the word, it's time to roll badly on Eldritch Blast twice.
Both those hits, and they do the damage. And the second hit ruptures her face. You cave in her skull with a blast of dark force, and she topples backwards. Droop watches as the body topples and feels relieved that there was no scream.
And that's it for my turn.
He also realizes he is now on the front line. Zarzul.
To stand up, take a look around, see only one wild elf. It's a problem at the moment. God damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna put an arrow in the wild elf just because I can. It's probably a bad idea, but never mind.
Good solid hit. Does the full damage.
Then
She-
hide behind the cat.
As you run between the legs of Siegfried and cower in a very similar pose.
Hey, I only just got up from being dead. Do you blame me
Well,
for
actually-
hiding a bit?
I got bad news for you. You got
Yeah.
up. You are still slowed. You have
No.
no movement. You've made your 5 feet. That's it. Because being slowed also halves your movement, so... You got up with 5, you had 5 left.
Oh dear. Let's see what we can save.
Nope,
Bugger.
still slow. It's like you had too much pipeweed.
Siegfried, you watch the weird spectacle of this kobold running for its life just in front of you, going about an inch an hour.
For some reason you just hear
Right.
this music in your head. Do, 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 do.
Alright, that's enough of that. Now it can't be shown in Germany.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is stealth up so I can get my sneak damage on my actual. Which just piss poor, so
Yep, she knows you're there now. Because you made the fatal error, the rookie error of poking your head out to check that she was there first.
does a 16 hit.
It does hit, but you do not have advantage, so it's just the crossbow. But it still thuds into the meaty shoulder of this muscular elf.
Right, that's my turn.
Really?
I've used my bonus action and my action. What else is left?
I'm just seeing your full health bar and the not full health of the kobold, the cleric, the wolf, the goblin, the warlock, the wizard. I'm just
No, I
saying.
would like to end a couple of turns with me being at full health for a change, okay?
That's been a couple of battles, in fact.
Yeah, last two
Yeah.
sessions.
Rain, give me a death saving throw. Pufflesworth attempts to get revenge.
No!
Let's see, where's his athletics? 11? Yeah, he managed to drag you a bit. As he just drags you face down in the mud. No more dudes. Just the archer left who can see that she's still got pretty good odds, to be fair. She's not really recoiling and worried. So she's just gonna look at the kobold trying to get away. Does not like him throwing arrows at her. Misses both times. Drops the bow and just walks right up. Getting herself psyched up a bit. Cornelius. It's time to sell her life.
It is time for another round of scorching rays. 3 right on her face. Watch this, none of them hit.
Potentially. Yeah, she's not been reckless yet. Two of those hit.
Oh, and also the high damage one.
Mm-hmm. And she's still alive. For a moment, you think she's toppled over. There's definitely a hole punched in her. There's punctured internals. There is so much third-degree burns and damage to her. You can see as she's moving, the skin is crinkling and cracking away. But she's still marching towards you guys. With a grin on her face.
Yes, it's true. You might want to move away.
Castalia.
And let's hope this be it. Bunts. That's it.
That is it. She had 3 HP left. As you draw a sudden lash, give it a loose twirl, then a final full swing. And you just watch as the top half of her slides off. The sounds of combat cease. The cleric is still getting dragged through the dirt by the owlbear, who is now gnawing on the body. Not hers, the other elf. Combat is
Alright,
over.
that's fine.
I'm going to, unless the kobold starts moving a little bit quicker, I'm going to dump my last potion down Rain's throat.
I'll dump one of mine now. I mean,
Hang
I'll
on.
refresh them anyway. but-
Does the kobold have a spell?
Kobold has saved one spell. Yes.
Okay.
Walk over there and cast. Yeah. Actually, I've got more than one spell, but this will get her up anyway.
And give me a wisdom save.
Let's see. Could be doing this for another minute or so.
Yeah. Luckily, a minute's not much time in roleplay. There you go. You're no longer slowed.
Well, while she's being tended to, I walk over and try to tend to my horse.
Oh, by the way, what about the unconscious horse we
That
have?
is
We
the
should probably.
unconscious one.
No, your
Just
horse
the-
ran off.
Oh.
It's slowly pattering itself back in the range. However, yes, you do have a dying horse, and it has been several
Yeah.
rounds.
Gotta go over to Braid and kick her up and go fix the horse.
She's
Wake
just
up.
she's got a face caked in mud. There's just this mound of it on her brow, and you're just dragging her further into it.
I'm prestidigitate her face a bit. Come on, you got a horse to save.
Alright,
Sorry.
alright.
You can feel sorry for yourself afterwards.
Alright. The first thing I do is from over here, I do spare the dying, so I can actually, like, clean myself off a tiny bit.
The horse is stabilized. It was a 2 fails and 1 success.
Alright. Which horse is the living one?
Well, you've
Well,
got
the
2.
one
You've
that
got
has-
Castalia's and one of the horses that pulled the wagon. The other is dead.
Yeah, where is that horse?
Well, I didn't feel like cluttering it up with multiple horses.
Okay. In which case I'll just, bloop.
Just gonna
Hello.
point out, you have a revivify, right?
We do, but that costs a diamond for a horse. Either way, this
Yeah.
horse is gonna have 6 HP.
I'm just saying, horses can be expensive in some cultures.
Don't we have the spell for animate corpse or something or other? Would that
We burn that scroll.
No,
Wait.
you have a spell book with it now.
Yeah.
Oh.
And a staff
Hey,
that will
Wizard,
do
one
it
of you
too.
wanna break the laws of reality?
I'm currently giving everybody a death glare who's suggesting this monstrosity.
How do you know they were suggesting you do it? Guilty conscience?
Well,
no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who does it.
I would probably say that it is a good thing that the party member who suggested we chase this cloud, and who has now cost the life of our horse, would probably volunteer her horse to help drag this cow.
Sure.
Incidentally, as you guys are patting yourselves down, trying to get cleaned up, Droop is doing a lot of prestidigitation. There is, from the side of the road, and the road itself, a round of applause. There are people cheering you guys on. Several knights who are managing to just sort of get themselves out to the knees, trying to clamber out of all the grime and filth. They are whooping and cheering for you guys.
Oh, they're not applauding for the clown act that was going on. The most embarrassing act of combat they'd ever seen.
If only they'd had dinner at the same time.
You saw how well the knights before did when they tried.
Actually, I think they were flawless. I don't think we lost anyone in that combat.
No,
They-
I mean the knights who went to attack the clouds.
Yeah. Yeah, there's...
Guys who actually helped up.
And with that, and with Raxis City a mere 1 mile to the gates, we're going to end this week's session. Next time, they will actually get to Raxis. They will finally do it.
Well, we can
Are
always
you sure?
distract it.
We've still got a mile to go.
Well, what you
could
can see
turn
is
around
that...
and get home.
But what you can see is that mile of road has not been destroyed by the torrential rain. That one
It's a
is
trap.
still...
Let's go home.
Actually, let's not go there. It's a silly place.
And as you look to the north, you can see, getting even further in the distance, the decorated elf on her manticore. Is something feeling a little bit familiar?
Well, mark it down on the list of things we have to deal with when we get there. That's what? Necromancer, orcs, elf druid. Anything else?
Each other.
Couldn't see.
The
Well, so actually-
spider,
Several necromancers, come to think of it.
the leader of the Red Cloak, most likely.
Oh boy.
But it's knights, possibly.
And
I
finding a possibly not very friendly royal member as well.
I press my forehead to my horse and thank him for being a good horse.
And with that, we're going to end this week's session. Is everyone okay for next week?
Yep,
Should be.
we did good, horse. We did good.
That'll do, donkey. That'll do.
It's going to be real fucked up when you finally use Awaken on and find out it's actually a criminal. This horse murdered people.
Excellent. You tank.
But yes, now to cut the stream, and we'll be back next week.